Good morning, good afternoon, whatever it is, wherever you are. It's me again, Jen. Hello! And I'm coming to you from my little COVID sanctuary here as I am recovering, and I promise you I am feeling very well. I just don't want to spread my germs all over the planet. So I'm staying here. Me and Kermit, we're hanging out. So we are also hanging out with the Sakki Sakki tarot deck, which is a tarot deck that was gifted to me by the spouse of none other than Tom Dead Stuff, and they are going to be out at the Arizona Renaissance Festival, and so check out their stuff and check out his stuff. And we are going to talk a little bit about the Queen of Pentacles, also known as the Queen of Coins, which I recently talked to everybody about with Ra on the Raw Intuition podcast as well. So lots of connections to things today with this lovely lady. I want to start with the Rider-Waite version of the Queen of Pentacles, and then we'll go back to this one. She's pretty wild looking. I like her. So we have the Queen of Pentacles sitting on her throne. There is a clearly gold background to her, and there's a garden all at her feet. There are some small mountains in the background, but they're pretty far in the distance. She is looking kind of lovingly, longingly, I guess, down at the pentacle in her lap, very contemplative. All of the queens are rather contemplative characters. I will say that the features they usually represent, their faces, they are in some way meditative or contemplative, which we'll get into that. On her throne, there's a ton of things. So we've got some fruit and things like that on the throne itself. We have the ram's head here on this side, and we also have, what is that? That is like, I don't know. I've never really been able to figure out what that is. Anyway, so there are a lot of symbols on this. There is also way in the foreground, it's hard to see, and it's hard to tell even on the card itself if you look at it. There's a rabbit. So the Queen of Pentacles obviously is representative of Earth, maternity, fertility, all of these kinds of things, and that too is very much what the rabbit represents. If you look though too, she represents more than just the fertility aspect. She represents kind of that spiritual side of things too, and the life force energy, I guess. With the flowers, the roses back here, that represents blood and just that flow of human energy and human work and what we do. Without blood, obviously, we couldn't do very much. We would be dead. So blood and that kind of sanguine energy is about the Queen of Pentacles as much as the earth and the fertility. So yes, menstruation and all of those kinds of things are also related to the Queen of Pentacles. She doesn't always represent pregnancy, just fertility and virility. So while, yeah, if you draw this card and there's a couple others around it that might represent pregnancy, she definitely does that. But she also represents kind of still having that ability to be fertile. And that can be fertile with ideas, fertile with crops, in the sense of your projects, your money, anything material in that sense too. So the queens all represent the more maternal, nurturing side of the suit that they are in, but also almost a mastery of it. So while they are not controlling necessarily, they are flowing. Which, if you look back here, there's not just the mountains in the background, there's kind of this river, and it's pretty smooth. It's a flowing, easy going, again, like blood through the veins of the body. Things are just moving the way they're going to move. So, what about the Sakki Sakki card? And we'll talk about some of the other cool things that are on this card. If this does not give off very modern boss bitch kind of energy, I don't know what card does. There is something about everything in this card, in her like posture, even though it's abstract, her posture, the kind of glasses that she seems to be wearing, these big looking earrings, like, and even like the haircut that's sort of represented there feels like she's just very clean cut. She's got it together. She's a very styled sort of person. Her throne doesn't even look like it's really a throne. It looks like it's this like fan behind her head. It's kind of one of those big high collars, a queen's collar. And what I like is that her crown almost doubles as that rose. So we have the red represented with the rose and all of that. I have discovered this is what mountains kind of look like in this deck. Like when there's this gray sort of broken surface, it's meant to represent mountains. After looking at so many of the images in this deck, I can see now it's not necessarily a cave. It's the rocks in the background. It's maybe a high cliff. I suppose it could be a cave, but for the most part, it represents mountains. So again, she's got the high mountains in the background. We have this blue flat image in the behind her. So I feel like that represents kind of the calm, cool emotions that are just kind of steady as she goes. She has mastered herself, her emotions, how she nurtures things, how she is doing things. But her contemplation, the face, is more directed at the person doing the reading or at the person seeing the card, which I like that, but also it's a bit unnerving where a lot of these cards seem to like be staring back at you. It's almost like when you're eating a lobster and it's looking at you and you're like, I don't want to eat this. So you turn it around. Anyway, so she still has the pentacle that she is contemplating on her lap. But this card is bereft of kind of any clear animal imagery as far as I can tell. Yeah, even down at her feet, there's kind of like some sort of like, this might be a river represented here too, but even that, it doesn't look like an animal of any kind. There is a flower on her dress. It does look like the 5-pointed rose, which is that elemental, it's the 4 elements plus the spirit or plus man, depending on how you look at it. And again, it's another symbol of the pentacles, which that's what pentacles are attached to. The Queen of Pentacles is also, again, a lot of Capricorn energy with this. So as my friend Ra of Raw Intuition would say, like Capricorn energy is that sort of boss bitch energy, and she's got it in spades, definitely. So, although not spades, because spades would be swords. Anyway, yes, I do like this Queen of Coins. It's very clear to see to me that she kind of has things under control. The more common imagery is represented, and even though those fertility images are lost on here, like the rabbit and all of that, I do like that we still have the pentacle on there, and the rose is making an appearance, sort of, enough. Anyway, it's not one of the best Queen of Pentacles I've ever seen, but it's pretty good. And I still think that if you know what the Queen of Pentacles represents, you'll be fine. You'll at least know who she is on there. Until next time, stay safe, stay healthy, stay happy, and I'll see you again soon. Bye!